We are back today on another new episode of Pack Attack. This is the series where I build my Diamond Dynasty team only from what I'm able to pull out of packs. And after last episode being as rough as it was, we gotta get things turned around today. And to hopefully start doing that today, we've got a few tweaks to the team for today's game. The first one that I know you're seeing is we brought Live Series Pete Crow Armstrong back from the 40-man today because he's supercharged. And right now, while he's supercharged, he's a actually much better hitter than the 89 Egg Hunt version. But Egg Hunt PCA is still on the 40-man. We'll bring him back to replace Live Series PCA once that supercharge wears off. Another move from the 40-man, I brought Shea Langoliers back because last episode we had supercharged Jason Dominguez, but now that wore off, he's only a 70 overall, so obviously we're not going to keep him around. So hopefully after one game off the roster, that has given Shea Langoliers a reset. And then the one actual new card we pulled from last episode was Billy Wagner. We got him out of a flash sale, took advantage of that, so now we got back a diamond lefty. Everything else from last episode's packs though got sold. That added another 5,959 stubs towards the bank. On top of that, you guys left 50 likes on last episode, giving us another 5,000 stubs to put towards the bank, which brings our stub bank today up to 18,779 stubs. Gotta start building it back up again after wasting some at the start of last episode. So as always, make sure you hit the like button. Each like adds 100 stubs. And I do think going forward, the strategy might shift with the stub bank. I might save it up more and always try and keep a higher stub bank balance, just in case there's future flash sales or new packs that come out in the shop that we want to hop on right away instead of having to build up the bank. Also, last episode, I talked about what I want to do going forward with the multiplayer program players like Hader and Palmero. But the few of you guys that left a comment about it, you said you wanted to see me keep the cards through the end of the season instead of just until I hit their PXP goals. And I think that makes sense too. So that's what we're going to do. Once we get Josh Hader, we will use him. He'll stay on the team. Once multiplayer 3 ends, then he's done. Then he's off the team. He's a rental. So is Palmero once we get there. If we get to Piazza, they're just gonna help us until the current season ends and then they get the boot. And now that's it. That is the end of tweaking things for the foreseeable future. I am set now. I feel like every episode so far I've had something I wanted to ask you guys about that we should change, but finally getting the multiplayer program stuff squared away. I think we're done. So with that, let's get ready to play a game today. And somehow, man, we find ourselves down at a 350 rating. I didn't think I was gonna see that anymore this year, but our last time out was rough. We are not looking to repeat that. And still, as far as I'm aware, we can't use created stadiums head to head. I haven't heard any new patch notes saying that that's been fixed, so we're still going back to Industry Center Stadium. I was so excited. I thought Pack Attack Park was back. I also am recording this just before the new content comes out. Roster update, team affinities, all those sorts of stuff. So that's part of the reason why I'm starting Sugano today, even though he wasn't quite at full energy and Max Fried was. But you gotta assume Max Fried's going diamond, so I want to wait to use him until he goes diamond. This is hopefully going to be an easy matchup. But the one other thing I'm going to be intrigued about, because by the time you guys are watching this, the new content's probably going to be out, so this is probably actually pointless to talk about. But there was one tweet as they were hyping up the content that almost made it seem like this new drop of team affinity was gonna come out in divisions again instead of like by team. And that's not a good way to get us started, man. But even though I personally, content-wise, enjoy it more when it's individual teams like it was to start the year, if they come out in divisions, that probably means there's going to be 6 packs. And if there's 6 packs, that's going to be some good stuff for the pack wheel for this series. And dude, okay, lock in, man, because I am not about to do this again. It's way too early. It is way too early to get frustrated. It's just like, after how last episode went, and not just last episode, but like the last week or so. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Well, now it's not too early to get frustrated anymore. So what does that mean? Because that's a loss. Did we go down? Oh, we went down. Well, let's try this again, I guess. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. Like, it's so rare at this point that I drop connection like that. Like, I've got a fully wired connection and everything. It had to happen. It had to happen now as part of the worst stretch of the year. I mean, we just dropped down to 279. We're basically restarting this series now. Like, we're basically starting from scratch on Pack Attack. And they're giving me a swing. All right, I'll take a walk. He really wasn't even close with any pitch. Oh my God. That is not going anywhere, is it? Well, maybe. Oh, it's gone. Okay. I forgot. This is Coors Field. The ball just keeps going. All right, and we'll take another walk with Shea Langlers. You know what else I just realized? We're facing another lefty with Tony Oliva starting. So ever since I added Tony Oliva to the starting lineup, we've faced lefty pitchers, except for the game that I just disconnected on. So Oliva now has 4 starts. 0 plate appearances. You know what else I didn't even think of? Hang on a second. Is this on... Oh no, it is still an all-star. I was gonna say, is this on veteran? Did we drop down that far? Oh. And I'm late. Okay. I've still not made a good swing yet. I am still playing just as bad as I have been. Is that gonna get down? Oh my God, it is. You know what? That one was a good swing. It just came off the bat with nothing. Which, has that been happening to you guys a lot lately too? Like, I swear I've had so many swings like that lately. Good timing, pretty much the center of the PCI, and it comes off the bat with hardly any exit velocity. Oh, and PCA. Probably the hardest hit ball of the inning, too. All right, well, we still get to use Sugano because that last game ended before he even got to step foot on the mound, so he didn't lose any energy. There we go. I guess the hope right now is that this dude is the type of dude that won't hesitate to quit. So maybe we put him away nice and quick this inning. He'll get discouraged. He quits. We get to hop into another game and actually make some progress in today's episode. There we go. Nice. All right, there we go. Weak liner. Paredes has it. 1, 2, 3 first. Okay, well, I'm not gonna friendly quit. Okay, and he is out of here. All right, that actually brings us back up slightly higher than we started. We're up to 354. Oh, and that one inning got Sagano up to parallel 2, I guess. All right, the third game I'm loading into in under 25 minutes. Parallel 5, Hunter Green. This should be interesting. We've got another losing record, some low batting average, all these stats. We're back at home. We've got Jeffrey Springs on the mound. His first start since his first start. And his first start was shockingly good. Okay. I did not think that was setting up for a good ending. 10 pitches. And now he's just not swinging. That's 3 takes so far in this AB. And then he swings at that. Perfect. Okay. This dude, he doesn't make a ton of sense. 20 pitches, though, for a 1, 2, 3 inning. All right, should I just anticipate a lot of fastballs up? Yeah, we've got outlier. We've got parallel 5. Probably going to see that a lot. There, I mean, see what I mean? Like, that is squared up when you look at the swing path thing. Nothing off the bat. Oh, I'm lucky. I'm lucky on 2 fronts there. You know what I'm gonna say. I mean, actually, I guess that wasn't hit weak. That was 100 off the bat. It's 410 to center. No, stop it. Why? I really don't know. Like, Like I was saying earlier, this is so rare that this happens. And like I'm right back on immediately, so it's not like my internet's going down. It's just like cutting out. And that makes me disconnect from the game. I don't get... All right, well, what was the damage this time? Negative 63. All right, well, here's the thing. If this was just me sitting down trying to make a video, this whole thing would get scrapped right now. But because this is a series and we keep track of the record and parallels and all that sorts of stuff, we can't just trash everything. We can't just ignore what was technically 3 games. I also would probably pick back up recording this like tomorrow or something because I'm just assuming I'm having internet problems today. I don't know. But the thing is, if I do that, then all the new content, the roster update, all that will have come out. And I feel like that would be weird for that to happen and me to have to keep up with that, I guess, in the middle of an episode. So I think what's gonna have to happen is we're gonna have to call today's episode there. Or I guess not call it there. I'm gonna add up the stubs and all that, but this will just be kind of like a nothing episode, and I'll try and get next episode out much quicker than I've been coming out with episodes to make up for it, I guess. So I think how I'm gonna handle adding up these stubs this first game of the 3, we are basically just gonna throw out. I'm not gonna bother counting anything because I had 2 at-bats where nothing happened. I don't think there'd be any stubs to be had anyway. The second game, we're gonna treat it like it was because it was an early quit from the opponent. And then the third game, we're just gonna count the few stats that were accumulated before that disconnect happened. So... the 1 walk from Jason Bay and the 1 inning pitch from Springs with the 2 strikeouts. So with that being said, let's see what we got. Our hitting is still going to be able to make 4,600 stubs. The pitching is still going to be able to make 4,800. When it comes to the bonus category, we make 1,791. I'm not going to count any streaks. We're just going to reset that back to 0. And then we finished today with 5 parallel 1s, 6 parallel 2s for a multiplier of times 1.085, and that's all going to come together to give us a final stub count today of 12,142. And we also, I think I forgot this part of last episode, but we did add our hitting and pitching stubs as XP towards the next wheel spin, and that brings us up to 78,900. And again, guys, I'm sorry that this is even being considered an episode, but at the very least, we did make enough stubs to get this 10,000 stub Crescent Moon pack, which honestly might be a guaranteed upgrade to the team because the worst we could pull is an 87 overall. I mean, I guess depending on which 87 overall we pull, it might not be an upgrade, but there's the possibility. We also got 1 extra show pack on top of it with the rest of the stubs, so there we go, there was that. And now let's see if this episode wasn't for nothing. Let's see what we can get out of this. Do we get lucky? There's some good cards in here if we get really lucky. It is a purple, so it's not going to be over a 90. Second baseman, Colt Keith. You know what? Our only gold left in the starting lineup was at second base, although Isaac Paredes has been very good for me. But yeah, I mean, really nice contact, great power too, good clutch, and honestly, the fielding probably isn't much worse than Paredes is at second right now. So I think we did get a new card. This episode wasn't completely for nothing. But yeah, like I said, I'll probably make it a point to get next episode up before too long to kind of make up for today. But like, I don't understand what happened. Like, ever since that second disconnect, I've been sitting here on the Diamond Dynasty screen, haven't gotten disconnected, haven't gotten booted off. I hadn't gotten booted off up until that first game. So I don't know if it was something about the connection within ranked. Maybe there's an issue going on in the game and it just screwed me over twice. I don't know. But anyways, guys, regardless, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me for whatever this was today, and I will see you next time.